happy Devils Festivus. Hope everybody's enjoying the Let's Go Devils podcast today, and everybody has a happy holiday and a Merry New Year. I'm supposed to air one of my grievances. I have two. The first one, I'm annoyed at the New Jersey Devils. Bad goaltending, not great coaching, not having the best season so far. They're not as good as they were last year, it doesn't look like. Hopefully things improve going forward. I am airing that grievance. My other grievance is the fact that they decided to go on and have the show without me, the Let's Go Devils podcast. No, I'm totally joking. Make sure you tune in to every episode of the Let's Go Devils podcast, Game Day Live. We love and appreciate you all very much. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
I could read your lips, and I was like, he's doing great. You're doing great.
Well, when you talk for a living, you're able to, just kind of pontificate about whatever on the spot.
I had to move a little bit forward because, I kept trying to turn my head, and it's, getting caught, and I don't want to, accidentally pull the whole table down. Yeah, dude, Tuesday was rough. It was rough, and it was a game
Thursday?
of highs and lows.
Thursday.
Thursday, whatever it was. Yeah, Thursday.
It's
Thursday.
that weird time.
Yeah, it was a weird time as my daughter's climbing around the set here.
Yeah, we've got little Brielle, we got little Shay here.
That's right.
Hanging out.
Hey, we got to start them young, right? They got to start liking Devil's High. Both my daughters have no choice.
Yeah, well,
you're kind of born into it.
Brielle and her sister Leah have no choice.
Yeah.
They have no choice.
No choice. But going back to Thursday, the game starts off. They let up a goal within the first 25 seconds to Mikey McLeod's
brother,
younger and less talented brother.
Yeah.
And then from there, it kind of just they go down 2-0 pretty quick. They make it a game. You see Merstad go down and score a goal, so that was nice.
Yep.
Timo gets back on the board. At the end of the second period, it felt great. The crowd was into it.
Yeah.
People were chanting Timo Meyer's name.
Mrs. Wu has some grievances. I screwed up the intro before.
Mrs. Wu has some I'm sure that's not the only grievance Mrs. Wu has with you.
Yeah.
Your diet, your schedule.
I only had one slice today, and a fan gave it to me.
One slice.
Yes. No salad yet, though.
No salad yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
No Sam salad yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then as we all know, the third period happened and the game completely fell apart.
Yeah.
So, Short Sky, we always lean on you as the goaltender aficionado on this podcast.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on with our goaltending?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought I had an answer. I thought maybe but it just looks. I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
You know, there were times when VTech Briel's out of here. There were times that VTech looked really lost on Thursday.
Yeah.
And I have no explanation for it other than our goaltenders are just not on their game for this season. And I think that's without a shadow of a doubt. I'm still also going to not throw everything on them because when you don't have a defensive core in front of you that you trust, it's hard. It's really hard to get into that groove.
Yeah.
And when you're not in your groove, it feels like everything is going wrong, and it feels like you are so small, and that net is triple the size behind you.
Yeah.
And it just seems like you can't do anything right.
Listen, I understand, like, defensively, they put themselves the bad passes. Kevin Ball had a bad pass. Luke Hughes had a bad pass. Turnovers in their own end. There's a lot of things that went wrong. But at the same time, I guess we got spoiled with Marty for so many years. We got spoiled with, like, great goaltending where you didn't have to worry about, like, oh, there's a 2-on-1. You'd be like, all right, you should be okay. Sorry, Sam, I'm going to lean into you because I keep pulling back. But, like, what drives me crazy is it feels like, and Lindy Rush said this early in the year, he said, when we need the big save, it's not there.
Yeah.
So the coaching staff sees it.
Yep.
Jack Hughes had an interview recently. The Devils won, VTech won, but they won like, it was one of the games where they won like 5-4, and they were like, oh, it was a good win for VTech. And you could see what he was saying. Like, if you read between the lines, he was like, yeah, it was great, but, you know, could have been a lot easier.
Yeah, had you not let
and
2
like
or 3 extras
you can
in.
tell like there's got to be frustration. Like Nico Hischier after the game, the team looks frustrated, and rightfully so. What needs to change? I know there's the rumors of Gibson, there's the rumors of Allen, there's the rumors of like specific goalies that are linked to this team, but is that going to be the thing that fixes this team right now?
I would hope if that's who they're going to bring in, if they're going to bring someone in. I hope that that's the fix, but then you still have the defensive woes that are in front of the goaltender.
Okay. So what about bringing in a goaltender and a defenseman like a
That
Savard?
would probably be your best bet. Bringing in both a goaltender and a defenseman. That'll solidify this defensive core. It could also just be bringing in a defenseman to solidify that core. But I don't know. Like I will defend the goaltenders, but at this point, it's getting to that time where it's like, all right, well, you guys got to start making saves.
Yeah.
And if you're not, like, I know what it's like to be on a slide. When you're on a slide, it's miserable.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
I've been on slides before, and sometimes it feels like it'll never end. Sometimes a change of scenery for a guy is what will end a slide. I hate to say it because I know we all like VTech, we all like Akira. But one of those two might be moved at some point.
I like Craig. Craig just said Gibson and Gudas. Yeah, I would go. I'd be down
I would
for
do
that.
that.
Yeah.
I would do that.
In a heartbeat.
More for Gudas.
Yeah, because you bring the physical toughness with him for sure,
Yeah.
and then he steps in. Is he the best option out there? No, but I mean he is going to bring
An option.
He's going to bring defensive play, and he's going to bring a physical presence to the team, and
Yeah.
that's another thing that this team is lacking miserably. So, my biggest thing is what is it going to cost? And for a long time, there's a lot of people that are saying, Alexander Holtz is untouchable. And I'm starting to think, like, to what extent is he untouchable? I love Holtz. I think he has a ton of potential.
Yeah.
He flashes that potential once in a while, but at the same time, if you have something that's going to help you now and then help you for years to come, like goaltending-wise, you have to make those big sacrifices. It's like the old saying, like you have to spend money to make money.
Yes.
Right? So sometimes you got to get rid of somebody that you don't want to get rid of in order to fix issues that you have on a team.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too where if something's just not working, at some point you have to make that change and hope that it it works out in your favor. So I don't know. I'm glad I'm not making these decisions because it would be tough for me to make them. However, I want to say that some decisions eventually are going to have to be made with this team.
Yeah. And I love Steve writes back, and what goes back to the Ducks, and how will you address the money long term? The good thing is the cap is going up next year.
Yeah.
You're getting some money off of the books. You have the Corey Schneider $2 million, which is going to be coming off the books at the end of this year as well.
Yep.
You have certain things that you can move around. Like you're going to move. My guess is if you're going to make a move for Gibson, you're going to send out VTech. What's crazy to me is the other night when they played the Ducks, the coincidences that were happening during that game.
Yeah.
I have a conspiracy theory. I got a great one.
Yeah.
I have a great one. What happened? VTech, they sat him out. Gibson, they're like, he flashed for 2 periods, played his butt off, and they're like, all right, you're good, you can come out of the net, and the deal fell through. I feel like something happened where it got held up, and they're like, you know what, we're not there yet. We're close, but we're not there yet.
It's possible.
Possible. Because it just seemed, to anybody that was watching from the outside in, it just seemed like the perfect or the perfect storm of everything that you typically see for these trades.
We said it in our group text when the third period started and Gibson wasn't in net. We're all like, "Oh, mid-game trade." But just nothing came to be with that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. I got so pumped. I probably got overexcited because I was reading too deep into it.
Possibly.
I know some people saying, Steve, once again, cheaper option is to fire the coach. Yeah, sure. If they lose tonight, this is a 3-game skid that could get you.
Yeah, sure. Our beer, an Anchor Brew. Yeah.
Sure, same. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Frank.
Frank
the
the Tank.
Tank.
Frank the Tank.
Getting us some
Greatest
Anchor Brew.
owner in the world right there. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where something has to give.
Yeah.
This team is too damn good to be underachieving the way they are.
Yeah, no,
You know?
I agree. But so you say cheaper options, fire Ruff. Who's out there? Who's available that you would bring in if you want to say, okay, let's let Ruff go? You know, that's the other question. Like, who's there? So it's one of those things that if you're going to say fire Ruff.
I'm trying to read. Codex has a good one. I think the Ducks in New Jersey have a major trade to make. If Dougie goes on LTIR, which I thought he did already.
I believe he did.
We could do Gibson plus Gudis plus Henrique. Bringing Henrique back home would be kind of nice.
Yeah, I'd be okay.
Some retention on Henrique and Gibson for VTech 2025 first and minor cap dump. Yeah, dude, listen, that deal would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. You're solidifying your bottom four or your fourth line.
Ruby, yeah.
Third line with Henrique. We need a new system. We need clean up first defensive pass and poor gap coverage 100% too.
Yeah.
These are all great points. And listen, I'm not opposed to firing the coach. I like Lindy Ruff. He's probably a great guy. I would love to have a beer with him one day. But at the same time, something needs to change. And sometimes that is a drastic move that can catapult the team into the right direction.
It is. I mean, I hate to use the example because they just beat us, but Edmonton was flailing, and they let their coach go. They brought in a new guy with a new system, and Edmonton is now the juggernaut that they were. We got a lot of grievances coming in on the chats.
By the way,
it is Festivus.
I know they signed Lindy Ruff to a long-term deal, but I'm pretty sure when Hines got fired, he was on an extension. Or they extended Hines and then they fired him. I could be wrong about that.
But the thing is as well, Lindy has Jack's vote of confidence.
Yep.
And if you have Jack's vote of confidence, I don't think you're going anywhere.
Yeah, I feel that's true too, because Jack definitely has the ear of everybody that makes the big important decisions in the room, as rightfully so.
Yeah.
You'd assume like guys like Nico, guys like Jack, like have Fitzy's ear and they're kind of like talking to him. I still am convinced that was the whole reason that Timo Meier, like that whole trade actually ended up going down.
Mm-hmm.
Fitzy even came out and said he leaned on Nico as like, hey, how is this guy? Like if we bring him here, is this a good fit for our team long term? And Nico vouched for him. So I love that in the sense that your upper management is talking to the players and like getting their input.
Yes, especially if they know a potential player to bring in. They want to know who this person is, what their personality is,
Yeah.
and do they fit? And it's the players that know if another player is going to fit.
Get over the table and get some slices.
Beer Baron, you can hold the phone.
Yeah,
if
I'm just
you
going to
want.
hold it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Here
hold
come
it.
the grievances, the airing of the grievances
Yeah, we need to
around the
start-
pole.
you
Beer
guys-
Baron, I have to hold the phone for you.
The airing of the grievances.
Yeah.
The feats of strength are coming up next, but I just don't know what they are.
I'm going to run up the escalator the wrong way. That's
maybe
going to be my
the
feat
feat
of
of strength will be chugging an Ant Crew brew.
Says Ted said I'm here tonight for the Ant Crew Brew.
Ted's
and then
here.
watch the game inside.
Thank you, Sam. Where's Ted?
Ted was just
Ted's
right behind
here?
us.
Oh, wait, there's Ted behind us.
Yeah.
We have another Ant Crew
wow.
brew.
Thank you, buddy.
And Crew Brew.
And join our crew.
Join our crew with the Ant Crew
I don't
Brew.
I don't know
We
what
make-
Vinny's read is.
Yeah.
We make winning memories together, one crew at a time.
One brew at a time.
Yep.
Yes.
Very good, very
Some
good.
feats of strength.
Feats of strength. Yeah, the feats of strength. I always get hung up on the grievances. Did I always forget about the feats of strength? But here's a feat of strength. Let's beat the Red Wings tonight.
That would be great. That would be a
We-
great feat of strength.
We need to get our stuff together because, listen, everybody in the Metro wins.
It's scary.
Right now, everybody in the Metro is on a win. Like, it feels like we catch a team on a 3-game losing streak in Edmonton. What happens? They freaking win.
Yep.
We catch a team like Anaheim who's 1-10 in their last 11. What happens? They beat us.
They beat us.
It's like the teams that we should have been beating, we're not.
Well, it is a season of giving.
Yes, it is a season of giving. But here's one thing I don't want to give is I don't want to give up a ton of goals tonight. How about that?
Would be nice. That would be not letting up a ton of goals would be another feat of strength.
Mm-hmm.
Feat of strength that we just haven't shown.
At all.
Yeah.
And going back to our conversation in the beginning of the podcast, like there's a lot of goals that yes, the defense like leaves you in a bad position. A good goaltender should be able to bail the team out every once in a while. And it feels like our goaltending has not done that. At least in this season. Last year, Vitek had some games where he definitely stole the game.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. During that 13-game winning streak, he would let up like 2 goals, but then he would lock it down, and he was a difference maker. This year, his confidence is shot.
It is.
Dude, he called, like, from all accounts, he called out of the game the other day during against the Ducks because he just felt off, and he just didn't feel like it. When they asked him, like, how are you feeling? He said, no answer. Something is wrong with him.
Yeah.
He's broken. I don't know what's going on. Listen, maybe we have to do like the old major league thing and like bring him to get him like a voodoo doll or like get the man a bucket of chicken or something like that.
Joe Boo.
Yeah, exactly. We need to get him like hats for bats. I don't know. We need to do something.
Something. And part of that too is, I mean, that's the whole sports psychology aspect of the game too.
Yeah.
That's become a bigger and bigger piece to all professional sports. It's something but that's something he has to figure out if he wants to have further success in this league.
Yeah.
He can't just, kind of float like this because after a while he's not going to have a job. And I like him.
Yeah.
Because he's got some skill.
He's got skill. He's got a
And
great personality.
In those games that you mentioned last year, every time that he had one of those big games, he would make a massive save. Just some like world-stopping save, and then he was dialed in the rest of the game. I don't think he's really done that much this year.
Yeah.
Like he's not really done that.
And he's like in the game against Edmonton, he was like all over the place.
Yeah.
Like you're not Dominic Hasek, like circa 1990s. Like
Well, I guarantee that's his idol. Czech kid coming up around the
100%.
same time. Dominic Hasek was massive. I mean, we all wanted to play like Dominic Hasek in the late 90s. We all we all spun around on our backs, throwing our legs in the air and making pad saves like that.
and going out and poke checking a puck like 30 yards in front of the goal. Yeah.
Yeah, we all did that. But only Dominic Hasek could do it successfully.
Yeah.
Whereas the rest of us sometimes look like complete idiots when we try.
And there was a screenshot that somebody posted. I wish I knew the handle to it because I would give them credit. But On Twitter, somebody posted a picture, and it was Vitek's back was to Connor McDavid right before he scored that goal.
Yeah.
And it was funny because it was like rule number 1 from goaltending: don't turn your back to the shooter.
That's the most awkward feeling too, when you don't know what's going on, you don't know what side the puck's on. That's such a helpless feeling.
Scrambling around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's tough, man.
It is.
And listen, if anything, if history shows us anything, you look at the Florida Panthers from last year, and Sam and I talked about it. We talked about it on the last Sunday podcast. If you remember, like we looked at their stats from last year are so similar to this team this year.
To ours, yeah.
They went through their injury bug. They early in the year they had like a really rough stretch. When the Devils lost to the LA Kings, it was like a very similar thing, like a super talented team that underachieved the entire season, snuck into the playoffs, and they're like, oh yeah, we're really good, and they
woke up,
steamrolled everybody, and woke up. So, I know a lot of people freak out. They look at the Rangers, they're like, oh my god, the Rangers are like 12 points ahead of us. You'd be surprised how fast that gap can be closed. The team gets hot. This team is finally, like, their forwards are all starting to get healthy again. They need to get the goaltending figured out. They need to get at least another defenseman in there until Dougie comes back, which, by the way, we're going to pull a Tampa Bay Lightning, too, when he comes back and he's, puts us $9 million over the cap again.
But they're like a $110 million cap hit. But you know what? It would be the Devils that the league would all of a sudden come down and be like, oh, you're penalized for that. We're going to negate your cup because you were over the cap.
Yeah.
It would be against the Devils, and that's my grievance with the league. They let everyone do everything but the Devils. So there's a grievance with
They're
the
going
league.
to be like, we let other teams get away with it, but no, you guys, this is it. We've had enough of people doing it.
Yeah. There's a grievance.
Yeah.
Got a lot of problems with you people. Got a lot of problems with you people.
A lot of problems.
Yeah. The Festivus poll came out of my crawl space this morning.
I love it. I'm going to go to the crawl space. Let's go. I say I have a few grievances about this team and where they are, and I think we talk about it all the time.
We're all gathered around the table. Let's go.
But I want to say a grievance about the stadium, and I want to say a grievance, something that drives me nuts.
Right.
It's like I'm walking up to the stadium right now, and there's like the eye on the side of the building on Prudential is out. On the front of the building, there's like a letter out. I'm like, are we like a dime store 7-Eleven, or are we a professional arena? That is just, like, to me, that is the most fix the light, dude. Get some guy on a ladder and fix the light. That's the stupidest look in the world. But besides that screen on the front of the building that I've said like a million times, get rid of it. If you're not going to use it, get rid of it. It looks stupid. Like, fix it or get rid of it. Like, you don't need it. It's like having a Rolls-Royce emblem on a Toyota. It doesn't make sense. Like, get rid of it.
Don't besmirch Toyota.
Hey, I'm not besmirching
Toyota. David
Toyota.
Decker sells Toyotas.
I'm not besmirching
Say Honda
Toyota.
or something. Don't say Toyota.
Hyundai.
I got a grievance with that grievance. That's my. I'm gonna air that grievance.
Yeah.
I'll defend good.
No, Toyota's good.
Good friend of the podcast,
Toyota's
David
good.
Decker.
They are good quality car. This podcast is not brought to you by Toyota or any other. Well, one day.
It could
one
be.
Day. Could be.
Should
My
be.
grievance, my new grievance is, why aren't car companies, sponsoring our podcast? That's.
I don't know.
That's a good
It's
question.
a good grievance. It's a good grievance.
Now we're just coming up with grievances.
Yeah. I get grievance all day long.
Making up stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got a grievance with Jack Hughes.
Let's hear it.
Stop turning over the puck.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's
Mr.
like, we love
Turnover.
what you do, but don't do it to the point where we're not going to love it anymore.
Yeah.
Art Heaton says, "And crew brew with the boys." You bet. That's what we're here
Heck
doing.
yeah, man.
Going into the Devils game after this, it's going to be a really good time.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got in the live chat from YouTube. Checking that out.
Hey, see you, bud.
Max says, "Please just win." I want to say, Max. I want to say that was one of your one of your chats from the other day on Thursday. Let's see. Looking to plug leaks. Mike says, "I can't believe we're at this point in the season looking to plug weaknesses." That sounds like a grievance to me. We should be past the developmental point. Is Smith? Here you go, Sam. Here's one for you from Codex. Is Smith selling chicken nuggets tonight?
Just make sure they're not undercooked, because apparently that happened.
I'm no comment on that.
All right. JP says, beatdown tonight. We're rested and they're tired. Here's hoping that that's the case. I'll take a beatdown. It's kind of like, again, this is like 95 with this matchup. That's the thing that I think of all the time is 95 when the Devils play Detroit.
Yeah.
Max has got a grievance.
My grievance is that Ann Crew Brew is going to hoard all of the Ann Crew. Oh, Ann Crew is going to hoard all the Ann Crew Brew.
Well.
Yeah, and well, he is the beer baron.
I am.
Yeah.
I'll get you, beer baron.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, dude. Here's another grievance for tonight's game. Don't ruin Christmas. I brought my kid to the game tonight. Don't ruin Christmas.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't ruin Christmas. How about we leave this building tonight in a happy, happy mood?
That would be
Everybody's
great.
singing Jingle Bells, Red Wings smell, Bettman laid an egg, something like that. You know, like as we're walking out the door.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
Oh, I hear it all the time at work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In our profession.
Yeah, in our profession, you hear it all the time. Yeah, it would be nice for them to not ruin Christmas. You know, my niece Brielle is her first game here.
Yeah.
I would like, and she told me when she got here, I want to see a Devils win. We all do.
Yeah.
We all want to see a Devils win.
We agree.
You know, this is what the next generation needs to see is a winning Devils team.
Yeah, and especially, like, I hate to say this, but when the team across the river is doing good, and there's a lot of those, like, borderline children that don't have guidance at home and make poor life decisions, they'll end up wearing a blue shirt. We don't need to see that.
Yeah.
We need to see, if you live in the state and you're past, like, I hate when people are like, well, when I was growing up, the Devils didn't exist. That excuse doesn't exist anymore.
Nope, they've been here for 40 years.
We've been here for 40 years.
They're as old as us.
We have won 3 cups, been to 5.
Yep.
We have the pedigree. Like it's okay
we're a
to
legitimate
accept
team,
the
yeah.
fact that you live in New Jersey, even though you pine for New York. There's another grievance. You live in New Jersey, dude. Like, give it up. You're
Yep.
not from New York. You're from New Jersey. It's like someone's like, I'm from Chicago. Yeah, we're from Chicago. Oh, a little outside. We're outside. Milwaukee. Like, that's.
Yeah, it's we got another grievance from Max. His other grievance is don't let him 3 goals in a minute 9. That's
that'd be
solid
nice.
Grievance.
That's a solid
grievance.
Nothing like sitting down and you're like, oh God, no.
Select the Boy says his grievance is that we really need to rack up more wins going forward. So that sounds more like a hope than a grievance, but if we turn that around, the grievance is that we have not had the amount of wins that we need to this point.
I got a grievance.
What's your grievance?
They were playing Christmas music before. Now they're back to Jimmy's playlist.
Oh, well.
I have it memorized. This playlist.
It is Journey. Journey's pretty darn.
Oh, it's pretty good, but we gotta play
But
Christmas.
it is
music.
Christmas time though.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing this.
I'm sure
stupid
Journey
suit.
put out a Christmas album, you know?
That's a good question.
Is it in the 80s, 90s? Like, everybody had a Christmas album.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
true.
DMX had a Christmas album.
Did they really?
Well, DMX did sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I know that. Like, in the way that DMX does.
Let's see. Codex, my grievance is Devils only showing up for 30 minutes. Yeah. Max says the refs will never help, but help the number 1 power play. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The officiating is a solid grievance.
Okay,
in this league
but
right
my
now.
grievance is now Jack Hughes stop complaining to the refs because they clearly will not give you the call if you're
Nope.
the one that's complaining.
Yep.
Don't become Sidney Crosby. Don't become Sidney Crosby. In the crying department. Talent-wise, sure, yeah. But, crying-wise, don't be that guy.
Little Steve would not like that comparison.
Well, and if he doesn't realize it's the truth, he's got, come on, Crosby, we all know, is the biggest crier in the world. But at the same time, Jack, dude, just play. Just stop letting him get in your head. Like, that's the thing, too, is, teams are starting to figure out, oh, yeah, we can get under Jack's under his skin. He will retaliate and do something stupid and then get in the box, or he'll just turn the puck over because he's then trying to do too much. He's got to keep his cool and just go out there and do what he does. That's it.
All right, we got a couple more grievances here. We have Dubs Lake. His grievance is stop shuffling the lines. Let the guys build some chemistry, so they want to play for their line mates and get after it. Steve Tarda says his grievance: Sam not seeing any money from the Woo energy drinks. There you go. Select the Boy, his grievance is the defense tumbling like a Jenga stack.
Yeah.
And Beachmaster has a grievance, stop being soft.
That's a big one, too.
Yeah.
Stop being soft, for real.
Yeah. And you know what? Brendan Smith was not soft on that fourth line.
No.
And I like that. That was the game that he started to really get hard-nosed. We were all, I think, ready to give up on him. But then all of a sudden he was like...
And then he won everybody over.
Yeah, he won
And then they put him
everyone
back on defense, and everyone's like, screw that dude.
Yeah, put him on fourth. Keep him on fourth. If it works, keep him on fourth line. But that just shows that Lindy Ruff is not is not really looking to. He's willing to break the mold. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like he's willing to try whatever it takes. Brendan Smith on the fourth line forward from defense. But that's it's a move that worked.
Is Pete DeBoer coaching anywhere right now?
I think he's still with Dallas.
Is he still in Dallas?
Still with Dallas everywhere.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see, more grievances. Zach says, don't play soft and whiny. The league will eat you up for that. Let's see. Michael has a major grievance that we all have.
Oh, yeah.
Ranger fans.
Yeah, Ranger fans. Ranger fans that go to an Edmonton Devils game wearing a
one.
Sean Avery jersey.
There's
I saw that and I
one.
was like, you know what? Why? Why? You got to wear a jersey of the team we hate the most just to show that you have knowledge of hockey?
With the player that we arguably all hate the most.
Ridiculous.
I have a grievance.
Yes.
We got to get to our predictions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, predictions. So, for everyone watching at home, start throwing your predictions into the chats so we can start going through the predictions. While we're doing that, oh, jeez. Max, another grievance. VTech couldn't save 15% or more on car insurance in 15 minutes by switching to Geico. An unpaid plug. All right, grievances have been coming in. Predictions are coming in. Predictions.
Zach W. says 3-1 Devils.
All right.
Steve says 4-2 Devils. Kodak says 4-3 Devils in overtime. Joseph says 2-1, no clue. Michael says 8-2 Wings. Get out of here, Michael. My grievance is now with you. 8-2 Wings. But although
8-2 Wings.
You say that, and
that's grievance worthy.
That's grievance worthy.
That's
But I'm also
grievance-worthy.
I wouldn't be shocked either.
The
at this
poll,
rate.
the poll is disappointed in you.
Yes. Max says 7-4 Devils. Selecta says 4-3 Devils. JP 4-2 Devils. Timo scores 2. I love that one.
Yes.
Till they prove me wrong. You're right, Michael. You're right,
You're
but I
right.
still have a grievance with
Yep,
you.
the poll still has a problem with you.
Yep.
Poll's got a lot of problems, you people.
Yeah. You got a lot of problems with you people.
This is the dumbest episode I think we've ever
I
done.
still
No,
can't
it's
believe.
it's informative.
I still can't believe we have an 8-foot pole in the middle of our set.
Yep, an 8-foot Festivus pole here in American whiskey. Who would have thought?
Freestanding too.
Yeah, freestanding. I'm weighing it down
Oh, okay.
a little bit, but
right.
it is freestanding. But we do have an 8-foot Festivus pole here.
Yeah.
Because that's how festive we are on this grand day of Festivus.
Yes.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Exactly.
All right. So your predictions.
All right, our predictions. I'll go. So, Detroit playing last night. They could be tired. The Devils could hopefully wake up from the mess that was Thursday. Go 5-2 Devils, and I have a grievance with the Devils if that prediction falls short.
I'm going to say it's going to be a 4-2 Devils win. That fourth goal, they're going to score in an empty net. My grievance is if they send me home with a loss tonight and ruin Christmas for me and my family, I'll be very upset.
Well, I wouldn't blame him. Sam Wu, your prediction. Is it a traditional Sam Wu prediction or not?
I'm so sick and tired of you saying that.
He's got a
Is that a
grievance with
grievance?
you.
Yeah. Because there's another 10-4 victory over the Red Wings. Breaker 1-9 for a radio check. Your radio's working. Thank you, good buddy. 10-4.
10-4.
10-4.
10-4.
Or is it 10-4, good buddy?
10-4, good buddy.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I don't have a grievance with? I don't have any grievance with Ann Crew Brew.
Ann Crew Brew.
Yes. Now at Bloomfield Steakhouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're now
right.
expanding. You can
Yeah.
now get Ann Crew Brew at other places. One of my teammates on Tuesday found it at a liquor store and brought it to our hockey game.
Yeah, you can
Whoa.
find it in a liquor
Yeah.
store in Scotch Plains, right on Main Street. I forget
Yeah.
the name of the liquor
Yeah.
store, but you can.
Yeah.
I had an Ann Crew brew after playing a hockey game on Tuesday night. It was pretty darn
awesome.
good.
That's pretty
And
awesome.
if you need a bootlegger, there may be one in my trunk I can sell to you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
you go. All right.
Should we call it?
Yeah, we'll call
All
it.
right. It's time to go outside for the feats of strength. Unfortunately, they will not be televised on the podcast, but
Yes.
the feats of strength are coming next.
Okay.
And Merry Christmas to everybody.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We'll see everyone at some point before the New Year, but Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yep.
And happy Festivus to all. And we had some grievances, which is not normal for us. We normally try to stay positive, but for Festivus, we had to do it.
Yeah. Just remember, we'll be back after the game for Devils After Dark with Scotty at Sirius XM, Liquid Metal. Hopefully he gets his computer right when he logs in. Lately, he takes about 20, 25 minutes. It's kind of like...
Devils, if the Devils don't do something good tonight, Devils After Dark could be a true airing of grievances on this Festivus evening.
Yes.
Yeah, we may have to use that poll to fend off all the angry people.
Yeah, we might. We
All
might.
right. All right. Well, dropping the podcast in about 20 minutes. Till next time, let's go Devils.